Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and this is a contest entry into James from Stormwind 79's contest celebrating 400 subscribers. Congratulations, James. That's awesome. And I'm pretty new to James's channel. I'm not even sure how I stumbled across it. I think probably Simon Pieface mentioned it and just started watching his videos. He's a really cool guy, really knowledgeable, really upbeat, and engaging, and speaks intelligently about what he's talking about. And yeah, I'm really glad to have started watching his channel. So happy to help him subscribe and make a video for the contest. As for the contest portion, he's given away some really cool CDs, but I think there's five and three of them I already have. So if I win, I will donate them to somebody else. So I guess we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. But James has a really cool, interesting list of questions, so I'll just get started with them. Number one, a band that everyone else likes that you just can't get into. My initial reaction to this was Voivod, but Voivod is one of those weird ones that I've been circling around for years. I pick up things when I see them cheap. I feel like it's just waiting for the right moment to click, so I don't want to say Voivod because I feel like I'm going to like them at some point. It just kind of hasn't connected with me yet. So we'll start out with some hot takes and people can get mad. So my first one, I'd pick two for this, is Destruction. This is the Sentence of Death and Infernal Overkill combination reissue deal. This is about the only thing I can really stand. It's fun. It's fun, kind of blackish thrash, early black metal, first wave black metal. But to me, it's just, I don't understand the worship of this. Maybe if you were there at the time, I can get it, but it seems like younger people love this too. After this, they can get fucked, as far as I'm concerned. I don't have any interest in them at all. I'm going to keep this just based on its status, I guess, but I've got a few more Destruction CDs that they're going out the door, so yeah, Destruction. I'm just not on board, man. I don't get it. And another one that everyone loves, Seven Churches by Possessed. To me, this is a sloppy third-tier thrash album. I don't understand this is the first death metal album argument. I know Dennis at Analog Archive says that, and I wouldn't argue with him about it. I just don't hear it personally. Yeah, I mean, it's a striking cover. You got the satanic imagery there, which for the time was pretty shocking, I guess. But as far as the album, I come back to it over and over, and every time I'm just like, I don't know, it's fine, I guess. So yeah, Possessed. Everyone loves them. They're legends, and I'm not that into them, man. Right. Question two, if you haven't turned it off already because you're mad at me. Band discovered randomly. So I took this to mean like kind of a blind buy, or, well, I guess I have two examples of this as well. First one is Savage Master. This is their debut, Mask of the Devil. They were opening for Chris Black of High Spirits fame and Dawnbringer and Super Christ and various other projects. He had released 3 solo albums at the same time, and he was playing 2 shows in Chicago, kind of in celebration. One more a rock set and one more of a metal set. And I think it might have been the first night. It doesn't matter. Whatever. One of the nights, Savage Master was opening. I'd never heard them before, and just right away, just fell in love with them. Just the live performance, the theatricality of the live performance. The songs are super catchy. I've talked about it a bunch of times, but if you don't know, kind of traditional metal with a female vocalist. Just a fantastic band, and I've been a fan ever since. So I would say that's random. A band that opened that you didn't know anything about, they didn't really care about, just happened to be there. So Savage Master. This one, I had a buddy who was running a metal shop and kind of started in a flea market and then moved to his own space. It's defunct now, and I won't mention his name because I think he's kind of off social media altogether. But just a random recommend from him. I was telling him about what I liked the first time I was in there. He's like, "Oh, I think you'd like this." Ritual Genocide. This is their debut, I believe, EP. They might have had a split before this. Commencement Towards Annihilation. So this is war metal. There's really no other way to describe it than war metal, and I'm not a war metal fan at all. But just something about this, the atmosphere of it, the riffs. I'm a fan of this one. So check out Ritual Genocide if you haven't. Let's see. Before I drop all my crap here. Number 3. An album or band that you didn't like for a long time but now like. So, this is the biggest example of that, I guess. Blue Oyster Cult. I just picked this one out randomly. This is kind of their big album that has Don't Fear the Reaper on it. For years, every like say 5 years, I would say I feel like I should like Blue Oyster Cult, and I would listen to it. I was like, no, I don't. I think what was in my way was they were marketed as the American Black Sabbath, and I always had that in my head when they're absolutely nothing like Black Sabbath. I don't know, man. Something clicked a couple years ago, and I took the plunge. I bought a box set of all of their albums up through the 80s and just dove in, and all of a sudden I got it. I just love this band now, and I got to see them live, and that was incredible, even at over 70 years old. Buck and Eric, I couldn't think of his name, are still in the band and still rocking. And yeah, really happy to come to Blue Oyster Cult. It took me a really long time, but I'm glad I gave it another shot, and it finally clicked for me. That's kind of what I'm hoping is happening with Voivod, but we'll see. And an album that I didn't really care about that now I like is Fistful of Metal by Anthrax. This was kind of just like a place filler. You know, it was the debut album, and I needed it, and I had it, and I never really listened to it much or paid attention to it. I just kind of, in the last few years, started listening to it more, and it's just a friggin' kick-ass traditional heavy metal album. Neil's vocals are good enough. They're fine. And as maybe it's in comparison because I don't give a shit about the Joy Belladonna albums anymore. I don't know. They're too goofy. Among the Living's great, of course. I do like Persistence of Time as it got a little more serious, but like State of Euphoria, that album can fuck off forever. And I barely ever listen to Belladonna stuff, so I would take this over any of those albums any day. Right now, a band that you didn't listen to for a long time, but now like. All right. Here's one that probably will make some people cringe. Nargaroth. All I really knew about this guy was he was a liar and claimed that he'd started this band 10 years before he had because he wanted to seem like he was on the cusp of black metal when he was kind of a latecomer. And the black metalist Krieg is just kind of cringy and weird. But I don't know what it was. I just started listening one day online, like just literally like a year ago. I was like, this is really cool. And ended up buying, at the same time, Season of Mist had reissued a bunch of the stuff, so this is a reissue. And I bought a bunch of it. And yeah, I really, really dig this project. A lot of very long, repetitive, depressive black metal stuff. But when he does it, it works. I don't know. Other bands do a similar thing, and I tune out. But yep, I'm into Nargaroth now, so never thought I would say that. Another one I never thought I would say. I had a promo of the debut of this band, Waco Jesus, The Destruction of Commercial Scum. And I'm sure I listened to it at the time, but just kind of filed it away because I was not getting rid of anything. Just came across it, combing through the stacks, and I haven't listened to this in a while. I probably should get rid of it. I listened to it, and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I just had them down in my mind as another porno grime band, and they're just a really awesome, brutal death metal band. I'll show this one because it's not as profane as most of theirs. Though the subject matter is, this is their album, Receptive When Beaten. So probably their most misogynistic title. But I'm a Waco Jesus fan now. I went and got all the other albums, and yeah, didn't think that would happen. So let's see, a band that changed their style for the better. Okay, I got to use an online illustration for this one because I do not have the actual thing. The band is Rotting Christ. So when they started in, I think, 88, they were a straight up grindcore band, kind of political lyrics. I have on a box set one of those demos. I guess there was another one that I have not heard. So it was The Other Side of Life. I don't know if that was going to show up. It was a split with Sound Pollution. And just, yeah, 1 minute songs, 30-second songs. Totally not at all what they became. That was May 89 that came out. But already, October 89, they released this, the Satanis Tetum EP/demo. This is not the original cover. This is a reissue in 1994. And on the back, it says, "This demo is the first recording of Rotting Christ." Well, it wasn't, but I guess they didn't want to own up to their earlier past. But so from this is more the black metal style, and then they quickly evolved from this to kind of the more melodic Greek style that they're associated with. So I'll go Rotting Christ. Got another example. Band I haven't really talked about, but that I'm a pretty big fan of. Yes. So the first two are pretty like hippy dippy. Wow, that really washed out. There we go. Not that great. Beatles covers, etc. Nothing that I would have in my collection if they didn't follow it up with the Yes album, their third album from, I believe, 71. Doesn't say on here. Doesn't matter. But yeah, this is the departure point, I guess you would say, where they became like the prog heroes that we know now. It's got Yours Is No Disgrace and Starship Troopers, and I've Seen All Good People on it, which are still songs they play to this day. So they definitely changed their style for the better. All right. Style or band. Oh, a musical style or band that people wouldn't expect that I would like. Well, let's go last minute edition here. Killswitch Engage. This is Alive or Just Breathing, their second album. Straight up metalcore, man. I don't know why I like this and I don't like metalcore, but something about Killswitch Engage, the riffs, the lyrics, the vocal delivery, I don't know. But I'm a big fan of this band and continue to follow them. They were actually the last band I saw before Rona shut everything down. I saw the second and final show of that tour because it was like 2 days before everything shut down. So yeah, I may have spoken about this before, but so I don't know if that'd be a big surprise. But not really a metalcore fan, but I do love Killswitch Engage. What else? Got a couple more, I think. Oh, right in front of me. Survivor. I have a big soft spot for AOR rock and Survivor. I celebrate their whole catalog, as the movie quote goes. This is the debut with rumored to be Kim Basinger on the cover. I don't think it is. She looks like she's probably too old to be Kim Basinger in 1979, but just fantastic pop rock songs. Yeah, up until the last album, Too Hot to Sleep, that nobody liked, I love all those albums. I hesitate to show this, but what the fuck. Ultimate Manilow. I love some Barry Manilow. A friend of mine turned me on to him. It kind of started as like a drunken joke, like, hey, let's listen to some Barry Manilow. And then you're listening to it, and it's like, God, these songs are really sad. I can get into this. I can get into this sad boy music. So, have a soft spot for the Manilow. I don't have like a ton of albums or anything. The hits are good enough for me, but I do love some Barry Manilow. All right, let's see. Albums that let down a discography that are not Turbo or Saint Anger. All right, I got this one from Hypocrisy, Catch-22. This came out in 2002. This is kind of their new metal album, clean vocals, weird nu metal production. Not a direction anyone saw coming. They sort of just had a kind of back to the roots album, more straight ahead death metal. And then this was the next thing that came out. It was super weird. And they quickly moved on from this back to what they're known to do. He did re-release this with new guitars and vocals. It improves it, but overall, just the songs aren't that great. And yeah, this is a huge bummer for me because I was a huge Hypocrisy fan. I still am, but, you know, looking forward to a new album and then it, you know, takes a huge shit. That's not fun. All right, next band I have two from. This one's not a surprise. Megadeth Risk, just fucking cringy, embarrassing the entire way through. Crush 'Em, which was used as Goldberg's theme in WCW for like 2 seconds, but Goldberg hated it too, so they quit using it. And that turns out to be the best song on here. It's super embarrassing. I don't know what they thought they were gonna get away with on this. They thought they were gonna be a bigger band, I guess. I don't know, but it sucks and nobody liked it. And then they kind of had a resurgence. They had, you know, some middling albums, and then they sort of kind of came back and put out a string of decent records. And then 2013 comes, and they put out this Super Collider. This is cool. It's got like a lenticular deal. I don't know if you can tell with the freaking glare, but it kind of moves. Yeah, so this is just like butt rock, shitty. Not to shit on Nickelback because I don't hate Nickelback, but I don't want Megadeth to sound like Nickelback. No solos, like really, a Dave Mustaine album, and there's barely any guitar solos. The fucking Disturbed guy is on here. It's just, yeah. So, 2-in-1 discography. That's pretty good. Okay, I think that was all the records. Shit, this is really long, man. I'm sorry. Number 8, a festival you want to attend. Steelfest, for sure. Steelfest, no question. Hearing James talk about it sounds awesome. And a lot of bands, let's just say, I'll never see here. So I would really like to go to that someday. 9, a festival that doesn't appeal to you. James said Wacken. I will also say Wacken or Hellfest or any of those huge outdoor festivals. I thought I wanted to go to Wacken for years, and then I read people's experiences and just crowded and dirty and no. I know I would have an awful time. Even the lineup was awesome, I know me, and I know I would not have fun. Number 10, a festival you could attend every year. I guess for me, Prague Power USA that is in Atlanta every year is an awesome festival. There's 6 bands per day. Every band gets at least 45 minutes to play. And then the headliners obviously get more. But they always it's always super professional. Everything's on time. Everybody's cool. The venue is awesome. There's good seats everywhere. There's not a bad seat in there. The thing is, it's a long trip for me. It's a flight for sure. And usually there's like 1 to 2 bands I really want to see, and the rest are so it's a hard expense to justify. But if money was no object, I would go to Prague Power every year. So I guess the real answer to this would be Marillion Weekend. I don't know if you would consider that a festival because it's the same band for 3 days, but barring any catastrophes, I'll go to Marillion Weekends until they quit having them. So yeah, I guess that's that. Number 11, alcoholic drink. When I'm at home, I'm pretty simple. I like, rum and Coke, Jack and Coke, nothing too crazy. But my favorite drink is at a restaurant that my wife and I go to. Not that often. It's a little pricey, but they make a cucumber martini that is Tito's vodka, mint, cucumber. It just says cucumber, so I don't know if it's pureed. I think it's a pureed cucumber. Simple syrup, and it's just awesome. It tastes good. It's not too sweet. Other places make it, and it's way too sweet, and I hate it. This is the only place I like it at, so kind of a treat once in a while. And I know if I made it at home, I would screw it up. So it's just a once in a while thing. That is it. I did not mean for this to be 20 minutes. Sorry about that, James. Hope you enjoyed this. And as always, CM Punk is a piss baby. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.